Gaffer, thanks for joining us. It's Carlisle at the weekend. How's everyone heading into that one?
Yeah, look forward to the game. We know I keep saying it, but it'll be a tough game. Chris will have them fired up, and obviously can't wait for it to come.
I know you were very complimentary of Carlisle last year. I know at the end of the season you said they were sort of one of the teams you expected to go up at the end of last season.
I think they fell. He's done a great job up there, Chris, and I think they fell foul of COVID and the fixture pile-ups because they was flying, and I felt sorry for their fans and everything. A bit like we did, but obviously a little bit for their point of view. They deserved it. I honestly thought that they did. One of the better sides we played, and we're expecting a tough game. I hope they don't turn up too clever on Saturday. But no, as I said, it's a good club up there. They're good people. They work hard at their games, and yeah, it was a shame because I've wanted them to go up as well. To be honest, save us driving all the way up.
Some brilliant news this week. Joel Lynch deal finally over the line. I know how keen you were to get that done before Bristol, but it wasn't to be. But how good is it to have someone so experienced into the team?
Well, yeah, he's been with us for I think about 4 or 5 months now. And he brings experience. I know people. We go back a long way with Joel, and I keep saying that you can't put experience in young heads, and we just need sometimes people around the place to bring on the young uns, and not only that, steady the ship every so often. And with the injuries we've had, it's just nice to see people fit running around kicking the ball, and Joel fits in perfect.
Yeah, and obviously, as you mentioned there, is the wealth of experience he's going to bring in. How important is it for maybe players like Tyler Frost, some of the players that have just come out of an academy to join in with players like him, Tony Craig, Frankham?
Well, as I said before, that you can only relate you back to Max last year. Tom Nichols helped Max, even though there's not a massive age difference. Tom's played around with good players, and it's all about the environment that you bring them into. If you bring them into a place where everybody does what they want and do what they want, they do what they want and everything. So it all adds to the workforce. The more experience you can get and you tap in, because you never stop learning. And he's good. Like I said to you, everyone that we bring in, you'd like to think that we're vetted and we know the reason why they're at the club.
Touching on Tom there, new deal for him. How delighted are you that he's signed on for another 2 years? Yeah, well, I think he deserves it for the first thing, and he had 2 or 3 other clubs that was banging on his door, but he decided to stay here. And as I can tell you now, it wasn't financially that he decided to stay here. It was he wants to play and take the club up further. And obviously we've got a good relationship, and the lads and everybody gets in. You can't put a price on some of the things that's going on behind the scenes, which is everybody, we all, you'd like to think, well, the lads get on, you brought a good bunch together and they've got to fit in rather than be capable of doing what they, I'd rather have the lads that are fitting in at the training ground going out on a Saturday all together rather than have a team full of individuals, which, for me then, you don't do anything. And it's a credit to Tom that he wants to stay, but it's a credit to the football club and the supporters that they've taken him on board and he feels part of the place. Yeah, not just Tom, George Frankham and Jack Power now signed also 2+1 deals. Captain, very experienced midfielder, another 2 brilliant, signing ons as well. Yeah, well, that's the thing that I say to you. There's more people. I've had to, and this sounds a really stupid statement, but it's a fact. We've had to stop people coming here rather than look for people, because I've just explained, you need the right people, but we just haven't. The budget states what you can and can't do. The league in their wisdom states how many players you can register. We haven't got an academy, so you can't register them as academy boys. So it looks like on paper, like last year, we got a massive squad, but you haven't, because you can only register 21, 22 of them. And if you haven't got 21, 22 that are going to make a difference, you struggle. And obviously you mentioned quite a lot at the end of last season about how much you wanted to keep the core group from last year. It's almost like the final piece of the puzzle, really, getting those 3 deals over the line. Well, yeah, we've still got another couple to do, hopefully, and 1 or 2 that I know would make a difference. But once again, everyone at the club's trying to make it work. It's just whether we can get it going or not. Thanks, John. Thank you.
How is the injury list going? Are you expecting people back for Saturday?
Yeah, I wouldn't say for Saturday, but it's the difficulty with it is when they come back from injury, it's not the actual injury that they're returning from. It's the match game, the time that they've got to play. It's like Tom Saturday. We've got 60 minutes and he had to come off. The next 10 minutes, you could have knocked him back 3 months. So how's he going to get his fitness? Gets his fitness through playing. How's he going to play if he's not fit? Yeah. So we try and balance the training up and the game time up to share it. But when you've got 9 to worry about, it's a little bit,
Yeah.
it is a little bit frustrating, but it's frustrating for me. So I can understand what it's going to be like with the fans, but everyone's just got to stick with it.
Yeah, and is it mixed blessings with the 2 weeks you've had now with no midweek games because players get to rest, but they're not playing?
It's a chicken and egg. If they would have been fit enough, if they wasn't injured, then yes, you'd be resting them. But when they're injured, it don't make no difference anyway because they can't be doing anything except getting better from their injuries.
Yeah.
And what you don't want to do, you don't want to at the end of it have a big funnel at the top of it, and at the bottom they're all dripped down because they're all getting fit at the same time.
Yeah.
Because then all you do is just like mayhem then of who's going to get picked and who ain't going to get picked.
Yeah. And you're at home again on Saturday. I know you've only had 2 league games at home, but you're unbeaten at home. Mm-hmm. How important is the home form?
Yeah, we built when we first came in. We had a great run, and I think we carried it on a little bit last year. Listen, you got to try and make your own game. What you get away from home is your bonuses, so to speak. Mm. And it's nice. It's nice to come at home. The fans, like I say, everybody appreciates what they do, especially Saturday at Bristol Rovers. Mm. They was right next to us, and they could see. I think that we was as frustrated as they were. Mm. And it makes a massive, massive difference to have the fans here and have the home form, and you just got to make the place intimidating for the opposition as much as you can.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.